What is a song which seems to be upbeat and happy until you listen to the lyrics? I don't know why people play I Will Always Love You at weddings. It's literally a breakup song. The first line is, if I should stay, I would only be in your way. Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. The subject matter of Stayin' Alive is actually quite a serious one. It's about survival in the streets of New York, and the lyrics actually say that. Barry Gibb also recalls people crying out for help. Desperate songs. Those are the ones that become giants. The minute you capture that on record, it's gold. Stayin' Alive is the epitome of that. Everybody struggles against the world, fighting all the bullshit and things that can drag you down. And it really is a victory just to survive. But when you climb back on top and win bigger than ever before, well, that's something everybody reacts to everybody. Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant. Hunger, rioting, commercialism. Every breath you take, The Police. Not exactly upbeat, but for a song sounding like it was written by a stalker, it's unsettling to think it passed for a romantic song for so long. Cherry Wine by Hosier. It's about domestic violence, but the song sounds so serene and peaceful. Brandy by Looking Glass. It sounds like a song you'd listen to while making pancakes on a Saturday morning, but it's about a girl who fell in love and can't move on. People forget that Red Wine is actually an extremely depressing song about alcoholism, written by Neil Diamond, not a feel-good quasi-reggae song written by UB40. Cleopatra by the Lumineers is a fast-paced song about a girl who dies alone because she let the love of her life walk out the door soon after her father passed away. I was late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. But when I die alone, when I die I'll be on time. All My Friends by LCD Sound System. It starts out kinda happy and slowly turns into a bittersweet rant about getting older and pretending to have fun when you party until it becomes a straight up lament about missing the friends you gave up along the way. Dear God, it hits me hard. There's a song that used to be played on clubs here, Sue Fawcett Her Little Flower, a typical cumbia song pretty much made for dancing at the club. A whole lot of people happily dancing and drinking listening to a song about a 12-year-old girl being murdered and her mother mourning her. The Way, Fastball. The true story of Lela and Raymond Hallward, an elderly couple from Salado, Texas who drove to the annual Pioneer Day Festival 10 miles away in Temple and didn't return. She had Alzheimer's disease, and he was recovering from brain surgery. 13 days after the Hallwards went missing, their bodies were found in Hot Springs, Arkansas, about 400 miles from their destination. They were still in the vehicle, an Oldsmobile Delta 88, which had veered off the side of the road and was hidden in brush. Maxwell Silverhammer by the Beatles. Talks about a guy named Maxwell that seems to like to smash his hammer in the head of people. Most of Death Cab for Cutter's catalog. I Will Possess Your Heart sounds like a love song until you realize he is stalking the shit out of her and she has no idea. Gary Barlow, Let Me Go. It's about his stillborn son. He didn't want the song to be slow and sad, so it's an upbeat clap along song. But if you read the lyrics it's written from the baby's point of view. Pumped Up Kicks, Foster the People, about shooting up a school. Bullet, Hollywood Undead, about suicide. You Never Know, Immortal Technique, sounds like a nice, soothing rainy day song until you realize it's about star-crossed lovers who could never be together, and the guy doesn't find out that the reason was because the girl had HIV from a blood transfusion until she's dead. Forever and Always, Parachute, about a couple getting married in the hospital because they are pretty sure the man is about to die from injuries sustained in an accident. Who's that man? Toby Keith, a crushing picture of the American divorce. I knew a guy that thought Adam's song by Blink 182 was funny. He thought that until I informed him that it was about suicide. It's Not Living If It's Not With You, the 1975. Sounds like a chirpy upbeat 80s pop song, complete with catchy vocals, synthesizers and a background choir. The lyrics on the other hand follow the story of someone suffering from a heroin addiction. Born in the USA is not a flag waving, patriotic song but the story of a vet who returns from Vietnam to find himself alienated by the society that he risked his life for. It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones is pretty upbeat until you get to the lyric. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. Oh, I wanna die. Thanks Tom. Rockabye Baby in the Treetops. When the wind blows the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks the cradle will fall. And down will come baby cradle and all. Little Talks of Monsters and Men. I like it's about a guy's wife slowly dying from dementia or Alzheimer's or another similar disease. I Took a Pill in Ibiza by Mike Posner, the Zebra Mix. The remix sounds like an upbeat catchy Infections tune that's meant for the dance floor. But in reality it's Posner reflecting on the emptiness/sadness he feels after a night out partying. Some of my personal favorites. What's the Matter Here? 10,000 Maniacs. An absolute bop about child abuse. Bobby Lee, Barry Manilow. A song about a young girl who ran away from home, went to the big city, and became a prostitute to raise enough money to chase her dreams. S.O.B. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. About a guy destroying himself with alcoholism. Everybody wants to rule the world. Tears for Fears. To quote Kurt Smith, the concept is quite serious. It's about everybody wanting power, about warfare and the misery it causes. Swimming Pools, Drank, by Kendrick Lamar. When I saw him in 2013, there were people around me drinking every time they heard the word drank, which I thought was pretty ironic. Not exactly a pro-drinking anthem. Hey Ya, by Outkast. If you listen closely to the lyrics, it's about a relationship that's falling apart. There's even a lyric referring to the audience just wanting to dance instead of actually listening to the song. Y'all don't want to hear me, yeah, just wanna dance. Really fucked me up when I found out. Ziggy Stardust, David Bowie. Sounds like a pretty normal rock song about how great Ziggy is, but the lyrics go into depth about how much the rest of his band resent him and his fan base, and his eventual death. Another Bowie example, Running Gun Blues. An upbeat cheerful proto-metal song with a couple of laughs about a murderous Vietnam veteran who is planning on going on a killing spree in his hometown. Message Man. 21 Pilots. No clue what it sounds like it should be about, but it's got circus music and is about being misrepresented and suicidal ideation. Macarena. It used to be a hit song at weddings. But don't you worry about my boyfriend, he's a boy whose name is Victorino. I don't want him, couldn't stand him. He was no good, so I. Now come on, what was I supposed to do? He was out of town and his two friends were so fine. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's ostracized and mocked because he is different and only when they need something from him do they bring him back into the fold. Cartoon song imitating reality for many. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. It sounds way happier until you listen to the lyrics. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. It sounds like it's a song about moving on in life, looking ahead to exciting times, etc. But it's actually a sad song about not being able to escape cycles of abuse, alcoholism, etc. Rolling Girl by Wowaka. Sounds a bit melancholy, but still has a pretty upbeat tone. Then you see the translated lyrics and realize that it's about a girl suffering from depression/anxiety and struggling to keep going for one more day. Not exactly upbeat and happy, but Every Breath You Take by The Police is often misunderstood to be a sweet love ballad, when in fact the song is about a guy who got dumped and stalks his ex incessantly. Murder She Wrote by Chaka Demus and Pliers. Staple at any club or party. Great dancer hall song to dance to. Song is about a girl who sleeps around for money and gets abortions all the time, thus the Murder She Wrote. Happier. Great song, kinda upbeat too. The title also implies it about happiness and it is someone else's happiness. It's essentially an honest "it's not you it's me" song about recognizing that sometimes leaving a relationship is the best thing you can do for yourself if you care about them. Fireflies by Owl City. I think it usually plays at my workplace, and one of my co-workers mentioned that if he was on a sad day, that song would definitely make him cry because of the lyrics, and I think it is incredibly accurate. Hotel California. The lyrics are about a dude who went to a mental asylum. At one point the lyrics go, "You can check out, but you can never leave." The checkout means killing yourself. Mr. Brightside is such a bop for a good workout playlist, as long as you don't pay attention to the lyrics about jealousy poisoning a relationship.